And this is not a time travel video. I am not no scientist. I am not no financial expert, but it's force, power, velocity. And if you want something, you better act now. Because if you having a vision, that means it's in your conscience, it's in your power to possess it. Alright, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Reek, and I'm back. And this is Motive Monday, but not on a Monday. Just explaining a little of what like the relation. I'm Motive Monday, and pretty much what I'm doing is explaining how my business, Grayson Galore, and my personal life is in relation, in that correlation, explaining that merge. We get to it right now. In the description below, you're gonna be able to sign up to my email list. You pretty much can see everything that I write, and I'll show it real quick. You know what? I'm just gonna put it on the screen and give you a little. You feel me? I'm gonna give you a little taste. But yeah, let's get into the video. I don't want to hold you too long. I want this to be quick because I've been blabbering too damn much lately. Been having like 10-minute videos, so I'm sorry. Okay, so basically, right now, this is called the BPM. This is basic primordial matrix. This is what I've been I was researching because I heard it when I was researching some other stuff called density. And I really, really, really love density. I don't want to get too much into density, but I do want to play with your mind when it comes to density. So you know how we go into a pool, right? And then the deeper the pool is, what happens? The more pressure, right? Okay. So what if we can't, so to speak, we can't leave Earth because of the density? And just saying pressure. So you can say, yeah, we can't breathe in space. How do you know we can't breathe in space? What if we can breathe in space, but because of the pressure, that's why your head explodes? And so it's not that you can't breathe in space, it's that you're not capable, your lungs aren't capable of breathing that, because it's all about not necessarily just evolution, but think if you was to if you was a bird. A bird's lungs and our lungs are different because they're able to go way up there. And I'm pretty sure I think eagles can fly the highest. I'm pretty sure they don't breathe as much when they're up there. I don't know. That's just me just thinking, but I could be wrong. But yeah, let's just get to it. So the reason why I was getting into this is because I was really just thinking about the Matrix, and I was like, what is this Matrix that everybody is talking about? Why are we so stuck on, oh, it's a Matrix, escape the Matrix, and people is getting paid off this crap? And so it made me to think everything is happening off of a belief, but it's one. And I was like, what's this one belief? What is this one belief that started all of this? Because when I was little, there was no Matrix. There was not necessarily jobs. I knew what jobs was, but I just knew I was going to, what you wanted to be when you grow up. I wanted to be a zookeeper. So I knew I was going to work, but I didn't care I was going to work. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. So I'm like, where did this beliefs and stuff came from? And so it got into a thing where it's called transpersonal and stuff like that, where it's you start off as one. You start off as not necessarily a baby, but think about this, y'all. A baby can't tell themselves from their mother from a month or maybe longer than that. And so it goes to think so you don't even think, but that's just deeper. You don't just think you're your mother. You think you're being. You think you're all of this. And so in this situation, you go through these. What I've been learning is the basic primordial matrix. I might be saying that wrong. Metrics. I'm saying that a lot wrong, but I named them. Well, it's called like this. Let me see if I put references real quick. Dang it. Well, I found the references where I got this from. It's a dude who I didn't read the book and stuff. I do a lot of research, so here we go. The first one is, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think I added the last one, but I believe it's 3, and y'all can look these up. Just look it up, and it's gonna tell you this, but I'm gonna give you more, like, I'm gonna tell you how my mind works. Abort my train of thought. Here we go. The first state is called state of ID, and that's pretty much Neptune. It's pretty much first. So it's pretty much the identity between mother and child. It's your first matrix where there is no limit to existence. There is no, that it's almost like when you, let's say you meditate and you feel you're floating. It's that. And so what happens when you do that? It's where, how I do it is, I picture I'm floating, but I don't just picture myself floating in third person. Feel myself in space, just floating in space. Like I'm not feeling the ground, but it's not saying I don't feel the ground, because I'm still I know I'm in a crisscross applesauce. So it's like I'm floating in a sense of where it's very, very visual, where I can in this sense, I can do a panoramic view of myself. And even in doing that, you have to remember, like, your awareness, you're just awareness, and this is just a body. That's why I'm about to get into this. Like, this is key. And so when I was looking into that, and I got into, like, it was saying, this is where it's called archaic consciousness and archetypal imagery. And so I was like, what? Like, when I say them words, and what I get from that is, like, what pretty much got me into all of this. Like, when I was very, very little, and I'm talking like first grade, second grade, I'm not saying I was reading books, but I really started to look into people's personalities, because I knew my personality, but every time I got around people, it was like, not saying I changed, but like I could see, like I knew people. And I was like, you not how you, what is that? And I was just like, how can people do that? And it didn't make sense to me. And so I looked into that, and that's just personality. And so now I know I'm real deep into personality now, but like, yeah, and it's a crazy journey. Trust me. We're gonna go into past that, but like, archetypal imagery is where, like, we're pretty much, when you're in that womb, you're developing an archetype for yourself because it says imagery. So you're developing an archetype, because you only know there's under 10 different personalities that everybody can be, but then it's spirited in uniqueness, which is consciousness. Because you can be like, yeah, I'm very wise, but I don't have to be wise every day. You get what I'm saying? And so you get a choice, which is your free, like, angels, demons, everybody else don't get no free choice. You get a free choice. You're the only person that get a free choice. And so you get a free choice because of the from birth and stuff like that. And well, you get that from the last one, what I call remembrance, but I'm moving too fast, so let me end this real quick. So the imagery that you're picturing it's not false, but it's more so auditory, and you get that from more so the contractions. That's the second matrix. They say the contractions is the beginning of separation. So how I was looking into that, and how I was thinking, I was like, it's pretty much like you had this imagery of life, and you like, okay, life sounds, it don't sound too bad, and I hear the badness, but I'm in control of all this, so I'm good. Like, it's lit. So I might be moving around, I'm just chilling. Like, it's just, I hear it. I don't see it, I just hear it. But when these contractions starting to come, it's like, ow, what I do to you? Dang, what's that? And it's like, bruh, it's pretty much where you getting all you're pretty much developing your will to live. Okay? And so in these contractions, this is also what and I might be wrong, but that's why I put right here, I said will to survive plus your inside a body equaling suffering to be. So it's like, it's force. So it's pretty much embodying force itself, because you remember when I always tell y'all it's force, power, velocity. That just means everything is force. All the force does is it has power. Power is equal to power is the same as mass. And so it's like mass is fake because mass is just power. I'm about to show y'all some shit. But like this is contractions. Contractions is the second matrix. This is what's building the mirror. It's building this false mirror of what is. And this is what's building this veil of forgetfulness so that you can actually remember. That's why I put remembrance in the last one. But like, all right, so we move on. And this is a magical structure because what I put is it's primeval energy and primeval, can't even say the words, but yeah, we're gonna move on. The third matrix is birth. And so birth isn't necessarily a will to live, but birth is more so like, we can look at birth as like transcendence. We can look at birth as like me walking into a house and then turning on the light and then actually becoming aware that like, oh, you get what I'm saying? Like it's one of those like, oh, this is it. Like think about it. Every day you wake up and you open your eyes, that's pretty much like birth. And so that's how I look at it. And what I put right here, it says transcending boundaries, raising consciousness. I also put, this is pretty much like a nomad living to permanent settlements. And I put that because when you think about it, it goes from magical to physical. And so it goes from like think about it. If you was, they say, I don't want to get too far and too deep in the conversation, but I'm going to put this whole thing out. But like, they say like, you get into a point where we're going to get really, really into it. At one point in time, we used to just move. And that's because what is a personality? A personality changes over time because a personality has to experience in order to experience itself. And so, in a sense, that's just a God, if you think about it. Because we're not in control of what we do, but we are in control of what we do because we put meaning into everything we do. These gods only mean anything because we put meaning into them. But then you are the God because you, like, it's not even about the veil of forgetfulness. This is really about the fourth matrix, which is the remembrance, which is what you're living. What I'm trying to explain is you are the testament. You are the actual book. Like, you're almost like, let's say you read, like, let's say you was born and all you knew was you got fed up, like everything was handed to you and you was good up until 6 years old, 5 years old, and you was get like right where you can start reading or right where you can start learning to read, and they gave you a Bible to start learning to read. Think about how your life would be. Okay, now think about how your life would be if that same situation happened, but then you was just dropped in the situation you are in now. How would you act? You act different, right? You know what's crazy? We would call that time travel, right? If you could do that, right? But you can. How? By, like, you just did it. And so all you have to do is you would be like, okay, in that situation, if I learned it at 5, I would be in this position. So you have pictured the position that you would be in. And now you could picture yourself in a position that if you put yourself in the knowing of all of that, but in the position that you are in, now you can put yourself, like you can start thinking of ahead. Like, okay, I would just, like, the simplest thing I would think is like, okay, I need to read the Bible because I already know how to read. You get what I'm saying? Like, so what is time travel? Time travel is technically, if it's just force, power, velocity. This is not a time travel video. I am not no scientist. I am not no financial expert, but it's force, power, velocity. And if you want something, you better act now. Because if you having a vision, that means it's in your conscience, it's in your power to possess it. That's all it means. And what I'm looking at and what I'm thinking is, life is mental because everything is just imagination. Everything is a dream. If y'all really wanna get into detail, y'all need to read my books on Meta Galore, because I'm really just explaining how I think that at one point in time, a personality, or not even a body, I think something, that's why I really like Cthulhu, but something is hypnotized, either in a sound or a diamond. It's one or the other. It's either a sound or a diamond. It might be both. What if a sound hit a diamond? What if it was shattered? But then we still got light. So then light is hitting everything, creating all of these fake ass dimensions. I got scared. These squirrels. In building conviction, it's just me, how I'm living and how I'm like actually trying to like manifest this stuff. But not just manifest it. It's like, because you got to think it's a rabbit hole. And I've been in this rabbit hole since I was born, bro. Like, I could tell y'all my first ever thought and my first ever memory. People can remember their first birthday. Not their first birthday, but people can remember their second birthday, third, fourth birthday, all that. Oh, I remember this, I remember that. I remember one thing, that experience. I remember another experience, and then life got to pushing. Like, life got moving. Like, you feel me? And so, building conviction is me living and me actually like, okay, I'm going to spend this week. We working on the law of attraction. Okay, I'm going to spend this whole week attracting what? Money. And then ain't shit came. And then I'm like, okay, why ain't shit came? It's because you focus on something that don't exist. But it's like, what is $1,000? Do you have, what can I do for $1,000? But that, like not even that. Like, break it down. Like, do you have people in your circle that have $1,000? Do you even have $1,000 worth of valuables that you could even sell? Because it gets to that, like, why are you wanting something that you already have? Like, why are you wanting something that, unless you turn on the light of the house, you won't know what you lack. So you get what I'm saying? And so that's the crazy thing about social media, though. So I ain't gonna even get onto that. That ego. All right, so this is how we learn this stuff. So I was trying to clear my throat. All right, so we got the morphogenic fields. And so what I'm learning in the morphogenic fields is just, it's pretty much two ways you can do this. We like polarity, right? We love polarity. You can either love or hate. But then love and hate is not, that's not equivalent. Like, it's more so like, I would say it's love and fear. And then I would say it's harmony and hate. But not even that. Because hate is a sense of like, to hate somebody, you gotta demise. What is called demise?
Demise.
So you gotta be like, it's an intention. Like, you gotta be like, "Rrr." You know what I'm saying? While the opposite of hate wouldn't be it can't be love, bro. Can't be love. But if you know, let me know. That might be the title of the video. What's the opposite of hate? Let me know. But like, let's get back into it because I almost forgot my train of thought. But like, yeah, morphogenic fields. We have law of polarity. It's pretty much stress and rest. And I'm not gonna say either one is bad, but too much. It's a spectrum. It's a teeter. It's a, what is it called? A seesaw. So too much of one side obviously is bad. And so that's the goal is balance. And then so it goes DNA and then hardware. And I don't think nothing ever dies, rather than it just takes it, like, it technically just takes a break. It like takes a rest. Because when you think about it, you don't forget nothing, you just suppress it. But then you can't, like, everything is consciously registered, but then you have a choice to consciously focus on it. And if you focus on stuff, because think about it, like, I can be conscious about the stuff that's in the back of my car, but technically until I look, I'm unconscious of it. You get what I'm saying? And then like, you can also look with your peripheral, but your peripheral isn't even the real view. It's a shadow view, a spirit, so to speak, which is just a personality of it. And the reason why I say that and I connected them two is because when we skip on down to, like, after harmony, equilibrium, it goes like this, bro. I almost, like, grabbed the camera because I was going to show y'all, but I'm going to put it up there. All right, so there's two sides to this thing, right? It's only two sides. So let's just call it force and life energy. Force and power, right? Nothing is what it seems, right? So you would think that spirit, you would think that your vital essence, you would think that your true name, your personality, your persona, like all these things, like the sun, all these things, you would think it's force. But technically that's life energy. This is just me. This is how I think. To me, force is the body, the heart, and the shadow. And I got them three from the 9 parts of the soul. I've been real deep into the 9 parts of the soul. I believe it's my soul's desire to map out the spirit realm. I just want to visit. I just want to visit. And so I ain't trying to do nothing. I'm really just trying to learn this realm so that when I get to that realm, I can I already know what to do. That's pretty much what I'm doing. Because it's not a sense of you mastering anything or deciphering anything or becoming this billionaire or becoming this, like, creating this empire ship or anything. Like, you got to think about it. Like, honestly, like, you're experiencing stuff. Like, the only thing you're needing to do is discern shit. Like, honestly, all you need to do is live. Like, you have an idea, act. But then you're going to learn.